We have continued team coverage. We're tracking weather conditions across the metro as this winter weather continues. This is an active system right now. Keep over is in Guthrie, sounding kind of like a hurricane right now, checking out those roadways. Jameson, how's it looking out there?
Hey Wayne, good morning. Yes, those windshield wipers, you need them because the flurries are still coming down, but they're loud because we don't have a ton of precipitation. But the second you let that stuff sit on your windshield, it seems to want to freeze over. I did want to show you as well. Look at this field next to me. That is beautiful. We're actually on I-35 headed south. We just left Orlando, so we're headed toward Guthrie right now. So it's we're about 22 miles north of there, about 45 miles north of Oklahoma City. So these roads are rough. You can see that the only clear path you have is right in front of me and then somewhat of the fast lane, but everything else is just coated in white. It's definitely slick, but up here, what I have noticed is instead of it just being a sheet of ice, you have that ice that then mixed into snow. To look at from your window, but being out on the roads in it, that's pretty tough. We're going about 45-50 miles an hour. People are passing us when they probably shouldn't be. That's how we keep hearing about these cars sliding off of the roads. That could easily, you could easily hit a icy patch underneath the snow. The snow gives you a little bit of traction, but you just don't know where those icy patches could lie underneath. Now, up here in Logan County, we saw several trucks out and about. We actually were following behind a sand truck earlier this morning, and so they've done a really good job about treating these roads, making sure there was a path, especially for semis and travelers, but it just makes it really hard to get around whenever you have that shifting weather, and then we still have that wind that is impacting things up here. Back to you.
Yeah, Guthrie, definitely one of our hardest hit communities. Jameson, thank you. Yeah, pretty bad out there. Well, as we continue our weather coverage, let's bring things to Oklahoma City right now. That's where we find Good Day Oklahoma's Paige Taylor, who is live now. Paige, where exactly are you? What are you seeing?
Hey, good morning, Wayne. So we are on the changeover, kind of where it changes over from Lake Hefner Parkway to I-44 West. And as you can see, a pretty bad accident happened here. This truck, we don't know exactly what happened, but it's obviously turned over and it took out that roadside too. We can see on the other side the cab door is open, so someone was able to get out of there. Hopefully everyone that was in that truck is okay. But this is just an example of what can happen today because these road conditions are so bad. I mean, we've been slipping and sliding all over the place, definitely having to take it very slow, which is what all of the cars around us are having to do too. Some people are having, their hazards on, saying, hey, I'm going to go a little bit slower, but you can see kind of, the snow mixing in with the ice, and so it looks a little bit powdery out on the roads, but the roads are just very, very slick, and that was kind of the case. We were in Norman Moore area earlier, and roads were starting to deteriorate very fast there too. So I'm sure that conditions are very similar to what we're seeing in Oklahoma City. We also saw earlier a semi that had lost control, and it was blocking several lanes of I-40 East. And so traffic was really backed up there. So everyone just wants to take it really slow today because you don't want something to happen to you like, what we're looking at here with this horrible accident that happened here. But we'll go ahead and send it back to you guys.
Yeah, hopefully the people involved in that crash are okay. It's a scary situation right there, Paige. Thank you. Well, it just goes to show just how dangerous the roads are out there. We've seen multiple single vehicle crashes of people spinning out. You saw that truck flipped over right there. Pretty dangerous out on the roads this morning. We're continuing our coverage of this winter weather, getting more looks at those roads. Let's turn things over now to Good Day Oklahoma's Grant Palmer. He's outside of his vehicle right now. And Grant, you're taking a look at the conditions, but just tell me, how cold is it out there?
Well, Wayne, it is painstakingly cold if you want the cold hard truth. But I think we are really starting to experience those very cold wind chills that we're expecting, later tomorrow or tomorrow evening. I think we're getting a little bit of a taste of that right now because my face is frozen. And I want to talk about the air because, you know, up until now we've kind of been seeing just a lot of ice and freezing rain coming down. But within the last, I would say, 15-20 minutes or so, it has started to change to snow, and the roads have also started to accumulate, as you can see on the highways, which are still slick, but also here in the parking lot of the Oklahoma Welcome Center. Snow is starting to accumulate. Now, in terms of the roads, they are extremely dangerous right now. Pretty much every single road is covered in a thick sheet of ice, and you really have to go slow out there. And what I think makes the situation even worse is that, you know, you can't tell how bad the roads are because it is mostly just ice right now, you know, because when it's very snowy, you can tell there's a lot of snow on the roads and, hey, I need to be a little bit more careful. But with ice, it's very deceiving. It's very tricky. So if you are out on the roads, please drive slow because you do not have a whole lot of braking power out here with it being so slick. But for now, reporting live at the Oklahoma Welcome Center, Grant Palmer, good day, Oklahoma.